Welcome to the show, Lachlan Cartwright. Talk to me a little bit. What was sort of interesting to me was this transition from Pecker being willing, he wanted to help, he wanted to be helpful to the campaign, but as soon as he realized that he wasn't getting paid back for having fronted $150,000 and promised Susan, I forget her name, the Playboy model,
Karen McDougal.
Karen McDougal, and promised he was going to put her on the cover and do all these things for her, and then he realized he wasn't getting paid back. He was like, I'm not doing any more. Is that kind of the sequence of how it went?
He actually said on the stand today that he's not a bank.
I'm not a bank. I'm not.
And that's kind of almost why we're here. It's because of the Stormy Daniels, payoff, because he didn't want to front that money because he had already fronted up the $30K for the doorman, Dino the doorman.
That's right. Yep.
That catch and kill that we did, and then he'd also have to put up the money for Karen McDougal, the $150K. So by the time Stormy Daniels comes on the scene, which is straight after the Access Hollywood tape, where the campaign is panicking, they don't want any more adverse press, particularly a sordid tale coming out from a porn star. That then transaction is then put back onto Michael Cohen and onto Trump because Pecker doesn't want to front up any more money. And what I found extraordinary today, there were many extraordinary moments, but one of them, and I think this was brilliant by the prosecution, really showing how the deal was structured with Karen McDougal. AMI, David Pecker knew that this was a campaign finance violation. So the way they structured that contract for these fitness columns, which I actually had to then assign a reporter to ghostwrite them, and Karen McDougal was actually unhappy with her fitness column, the first one. She didn't like it because the ghostwriter had mentioned the benefits of vitamin D in the column. So Karen McDougal called up David Pecker and said, I want a new ghostwriter, which David Pecker actually spoke about on the stand today, another surreal moment. But it just really kind of drove home for me, Joy, that the way they structured that agreement, they were aware of the campaign finance.
And so they wanted to be paid back because they actually didn't want to show it on their books, right? They didn't want to show it in their business records. They were hoping Donald Trump would personally give back the money, the $150,000. They were going to deduct $25,000 to say, okay, that's what she's actually getting paid to be our fitness course columnist, and you're just assigning some real person to write it. And then the rest of it was going to come back from Trump. And when it didn't come back from, they were like, we're not giving out any more money. Talk to me about why David Pecker's moral limit, was a porn star on the cover. He was willing to say Ted Cruz was sleeping with all sorts of women. He was willing to say lascivious things about him and put that on the cover. Why not a porn star relationship?
Again, it comes back to money. We were talking about how tight-fisted he was. He was worried about blowback from Walmart. Walmart was one of our biggest outlets, distributors that put the Inquirer on all their newsstands, and he was concerned if a porn star was featured in the Inquirer or had anything to do with the Inquirer, there'd be blowback from Walmart because so much money made, the AMI made from Walmart.
So you can say Ted Cruz's father killed JFK, but you can't have a porn star on the cover.
I think also they were worried Walmart may learn about the payment, right? I think it was both. Yeah, I kind of got that.
I want to go into a little bit.